Right. Okay. So you spent 2011, 2012, 2013 with the Pirates. Those first 2 years, I mean, it looked like those were going to be the years that the Pirates broke that streak. That didn't happen. Was there something different in like 2013 where you guys realized like this isn't going to happen at the halfway point? I know in 13 you actually had the season-ending injury, but you were still on that team and remained with the the team throughout the rest of the year. But like, was there something different about that 13 team that just felt special?
I, I go back always and give credit to the 12 team to they created a atmosphere that was different. So we had in 11, the young guys came up. You had Alex Presley, you had Josh Harrison, you had Darno, you had all these young guys kind of molding into something, trying to figure it out. And then 2012, early on, we were playing unbelievable, and then we kind of fell off a little bit. A lot of the pitchers got hurt, and all these young guys, Jeff Locke, Morris, Hughes, Watson, all these guys started really kind of defining themselves in 12. And I think that's what really jumped us into 13 is guys created an identity for themselves, and we created identity for a team, and we almost had a chip on our shoulder. And then bringing in a guy like Russell Martin with pedigree, that's played in the big leagues a long time and could really do some damage behind the plate and at the plate, I think was, something that really kind of jump-started us. At first he had to get his bearings, and me and him, like, kind of hit it off right out of the gate and worked together. And I think that was the common thread throughout our team. Like, we had a bullpen with Grilly and Melanson that were just the shark tank, if you remember. Mm-hmm. They got like this, and that's the key. And we kind of had these individual, like, teams within this huge team culture, whether it was infielders, pitchers, outfielders, and it made it really special.
So go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm curious about that 2013 team. So obviously as an athlete, you're not going to go into any game thinking that there's a chance you could lose. But like, as a fan perspective, that 2013 team, every single time we went to the ballpark, it was like we expected a win because that's how good you were. Mm-hmm. From your guys' perspective, did you just go into it like expecting to win as well? Because like you guys thought you were good, you were that good, or like you knew you were that good?
We knew that the one-run games were ours most of the time. And what I mean by that is, our bullpen was so good at that time. I mean, you gave a ball to an all-star in Melanson, you gave a ball to an all-star in Grilly. If you could get to the seventh inning and use, Watson and Hughes and some of those guys to kind of get through that, the starters' pressure off their shoulder just goes away. I mean, you're talking about them trying to go 5 or 6, and the guys in the bullpen wanted the ball every day. So it wasn't like it is now where, I threw 2 days in a row, I can't pitch today. No, these guys wanted the ball every day. They wanted to save, they wanted to hold, they wanted to keep moving forward. So as an offense and as a team, we knew, hey, if we did our job right, we showed up every day with, tenacity to just make sure we some way just claw through this and get that ball to Melanson and Grilly, we were going to win. And that's how we won a bunch of games. I can't imagine looking back. I'd probably say we won 20 or 30 one-run games that year, maybe 2-run games. I mean, it was just –
it felt that way in 15 for the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it all the time where it felt like –
that was Pittsburgh Pirate baseball, yeah. When I played you guys in 14 and 15, it was the exact same way.
Yeah, we felt like Smitty and I have said multiple times in those years, if you got to the 7th inning and you had the lead, you won. The Pirates were going to win.
No doubt.
So, the 13 season is really like the season for us because up until that point, we hadn't seen a winning season. Like, we didn't even know if it was ever going to happen. We didn't know if it was possible. And then it all comes down to one game in October. And, like, for you, obviously being a player, but also as a fan of baseball, like, October 1st, 2013, what was that night like?
Indescribable is the best way to put it. I mean, talk about showing out. I mean, it's just – I didn't think I would ever have a baseball memory better than my senior year. We're 48-1. We celebrated winning the state title with our soccer team. We just won the national title. And that moment was just embedded in. Like, that's one of the coolest moments I've ever been a part of. And then obviously you get called to the big leagues. You have your first homer. You have all these different memories. But that night, man, it takes the cake and always will take the cake. I hope to see that again and again And again, not once, not twice. I hope to see it a bunch. I mean, I'm in Pittsburgh. I'm a huge fan. I want that for the city so many more times over because that sporting event was just remarkable.
Well, you know,
My favorite at bat catching was Joey Votto. And the reason is he keeps up with his stats with catchers. And I think he was 0 for 14 or 0 for 15 against me. And I will never forget it. He said, "Today is the day." When he walked up to the plate, hit me on the shin. I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I'm 0 for 20 or something, whatever it was, when you're catching. Today's the day." So his first at bat, he hits a broken bat single or something like that. There's like a little nubber. And he came back up and he's like, "I did it." And I was like, "You really going to take that? You really going to take that? Come on, you're one of the best hitters in the game. You're going to take that?" And he got so frustrated at me. I think he ended up striking out that at bat, and I think he had a double later on. Actually got that hit. But